Where's my darn yarn?
Hello everyone and welcome to the Dyepod. My name is Petra.
And my name is Robert.
And we come to you from Eksjö in Sweden where we run our yarn dyeing business Fru Valborg. And you can find us on Instagram at Fru Valborg and www.fruvalborg.se. So, hello Robert.
Hello.
How are you?
I am quite good. Spring has finally come to Eksjö where we live. So today is the second day in a row I am wearing shorts.
Oh, great.
That means that my mood is very high. What about you?
I'm fine as well. Really happy the spring has arrived. That's what I long for the entire year, I think. The spring, when the light arrives and the sun, and yeah, it's great. I love it.
So that means that from this point on until maybe late autumn, your mood is high, or do you get some kind of a worry or depression during this period?
Yes, now. I always think it ends too fast, this spring. I'm a little moody because as soon as the spring begins I start to think about, oh, it's almost over now. So yeah, but we don't have to talk about that. I'm just, I will enjoy spring now, taking every day step by step.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem. So it's been a while since we recorded now, and a lot of things has happened, so I guess there is a lot of knitting to talk about, a lot of things we have done, so this might be a long episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope you manage to stick around anyway. So.
And at the tail end of the episode there is a beer to taste.
Of course.
And this is a bit of a beer with an attitude, let me put it like that. So that you can stick around. Okay, Petra, so you said a lot has happened since last time.
Yeah.
What did happen? Can you take us through it?
Well, it's many weeks now, but I know anyway, I have been away on a lovely weekend with my dear friend Eva from Eva's Svammel. That was really great. It was a true knitting weekend, and that is really what we did, I think. So that's been great. I don't know, shall I just talk about that then?
Yeah, why don't
straight
you?
away?
Why don't you?
Yeah, so anyway, me and Eva, we decided to rent a cottage, and we found one just outside Gothenburg. And it was a really, I think maybe some of you have seen it on Instagram. We put out some pictures. It was like really an artist lived there, so it was really nice place.
Yep.
And we brought all the knitting, all the yarns, my spinning wheel, everything, just to you know, just eat good food, drink some champagne and knit away. That was the main goal. We did visit one place called Spinneriet. It's like a big industrial building, you could say, where there was a mill before. Do you say mill about Spinneriet? A spinning mill anyway.
Yarn mill. Maybe.
A yarn mill, yeah. But it's not that now, but there is a beautiful yarn store there and a lot of other stuff as well. A lot of flower boutiques and, you know, like inredning.
Interior
design
stuff.
Yeah, design and things. It was really nice. So the yarn store that we had decided we really want to visit, it was 60 Garn Nord. We write it here. And it's a really beautiful store with a lot of
Yarn.
Yeah, and also like linen clothes and a little of those and books and things. So it was really nice. I really wanted to buy some, you know, like Shetland wool or some woolly wool yarns, and I found some beautiful Jameson and Smith and Mary woolen yarns that I think I will show them.
Yeah, please.
Well, let's see what I can find. So I had in mind for some colorwork sweater, and I just wanted to find out some of my favorite colors, and the first thing I found was this cone. This is it's the same brand. Yeah, it's Jameson and Smith. It's really dark black, but it's heathered, so you can see there are variegations in it. It's really, really beautiful. I knitted up a swatch in it just to see the gauge, and it looks beautiful. It's not easy to show up a black yarn, but maybe you can see just a little.
How big is this?
It's 500 grams, so it will totally work out for a sweater, and maybe 2 sweaters actually, if I don't knit them too big.
Yeah.
And then I just reached for my favorite colors to add for some color work. So this is what I choose, and I really love them. They are really beautiful colors, and they are all these variegated spun in like different colors, so you get really a deep color with a lot of interest in. So I guess you can see if you look close. Yeah. So I'm planning for, I don't have a specific pattern in mind, but I want to knit. I'm really fond of the Cozy Classic Light because I think that's an excellent pattern. It has great short rows that makes like the to me perfect shaping of the neckline. And so I'm thinking of using that as a base pattern and then adding some color work just below the bust for maybe kind of a cropped version. Mm-hmm. So I have made some own charts that I might use, or maybe I just shall use some different patterns from previous patterns that I bought from Ravelry or so on. So just maybe putting them together for a nice, like kind of a broad thing, so to say. Maybe like 20 centimeters of a color work or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning.
Did you make any new friends in Gothenburg?
Yes, I did. Not of a human kind, but it was a really sweet couple that owned this cottage that we rented, and they had like 10. It wasn't Indian.
Uh-huh.
No, because then she said they were Chinese, I think. Okay. Chinese ducks.
Yeah, okay.
We named them Indian ducks, but we must have misunderstood something, because I think they were Chinese ducks. But they were really, really, they were so cute. They looked a little bit like small penguins, you know, in the shape of their body. Uh-huh. So they were really fun, and as soon as we woke up in the morning, we heard them, and it was like they were just outside laughing, like wah, 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 like this. And it was so, you know, you woke up with a smile on your face because you heard them. And then I just decided, this is what me and Robert will have. We will have these Chinese löpankor. I don't know the name.
Running ducks, maybe.
Like running ducks, yeah. They were really cute.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how do you typically feel about bigger birds?
I really don't like birds at all. Otherwise, I like watching them, but I'm kind of scared of birds. We have a lot of Canadian goose. Yeah. Is that the name?
Canada goose, yeah.
Yeah, Canada goose that lives around us and at the lake where we usually take a swim. And they are I really don't like them. They look evil to me, and I know they are protective of the kids, of course, when they have the small babies, but they walk towards you looking really angry. I always take a really long extra way when when I will pass them, because I'm afraid of them actually. So and I'm afraid of a lot of birds, but these were really cute, I think.
Yeah. And they laid eggs.
Yes, that was really good, and they were beautiful. Me and Eva, one morning we got in these egg packages. She had painted our names with some flowers and things, and we got these eggs to eat in the mornings, and that was really sweet of them, I think.
For sure.
They were really good, and they were, in these colors like blues and greens and browns, these beautiful egg shades. So yeah, that was a really nice weekend, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like that. You said that maybe we could go there once because
Yes.
it was such a nice place.
Yeah, it was really great.
Okay. Have you done anything else? Any other experiences?
Yes, I also got a gift from you for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was a yoga retreat that took place just a few kilometers outside Eksjö, in this really beautiful old house, like hembygdsgård, I don't know what that is. A really old house, and it was Friday to Sunday, so I was on that, and this was it was a great, it had all the emotions this weekend, I think.
Take us through it.
Okay, I'm just talking. Anyway, the Friday I went there, and I was really, this will be so great. And this was Ashtanga yoga class that took place on the Friday, and I felt a little strange. It was like I didn't really feel good. I had pain in my body, and I felt a little strange mentally. So when I come home in the evening, I was kind of mad.
Yeah.
It was something that wasn't. I don't know. It didn't feel good.
No, and I was a little bit, why did I give you this present? I felt a little guilty, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, you don't have to go tomorrow, if you really don't want to.
Yeah, and I really thought about maybe I shouldn't go. I didn't know, but at the same time it was a gift from you, and I thought I really wanted to, of course, use it and so on. So I went there on the Saturday morning. It started kind of early, and we begin with a new Ashtanga class, and I think I did it for 20 minutes, and then I felt really strange, and I just started to cry. And I cried the entire class. And and it was like, there were like these 15, 20 beautiful women there, between maybe 25 and 70 years old. It was like a company, I don't know, it kind of was a little spiritual somehow, because when I started to cry, I firstly walked out because I felt a little ashamed, and I didn't know, it just came like this, like an volcano or something.
Yep.
So I went out, and the leader came after me, and she just said, this has happened, all of us. And I sat on the toilet for maybe 20 minutes first, just like like this, and she gave me some water, and she just come with me in again, and she put me on the yoga mat, gave me a blanket, and my tears just the entire class. And these women, they didn't say anything. They continued with the practice, but they kind of one by one just came and just put their hand on me. Someone just took my face, like, you know, it made me cry even more, but it was it was a really beautiful experience somehow.
Yeah.
And I felt really like light when it was over. And yeah, it was like a spiritual experience, I think, because, you know, we live with 5 kind of teenage daughters. They're kind of. They are between 12 and 20, so and we struggle with some things with them, and we don't want to go deep in that, but to me, and for you as well, but I can only talk for me in this situation, I'm always anxious over certain things, always having this little pressure over my
Chest.
And I think that was what just, it felt like a really safe space to be, and I think that was just came out. Anyway, so after that there were also this wooden bath, they call it, wooden bath. It's like you go out, really nobody could talk, you go out in the forest and you got all these different, now you should just listen to the sound of the forest, now you should just look at the lights, and it was really also very spiritual, I think. It was really, really nice. And after that we went to this sauna and sat there for a long while, taking baths in the lake that was beside. So it was, you know, like cleaning out all the mental things.
Shit.
All the mental shit. It was beautiful, I think. It was a lovely weekend when I was done.
Yeah, it was good that you
So I'm very happy.
stuck it out then.
Yes. Yeah, it was really, really good. And so now I bought this, I started every Tuesday now to go to this Ashtanga class in the same building where I was. So that feels really great.
Yeah.
Well, that was one thing.
That was one thing. Actually 2 things. Yeah?
Yeah, 2 things.
What else?
Yeah, what else? We have been taking baths, you and me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had.
Finally.
We're gonna take a bath today as well because it's really beautiful. It's like 15 degrees outside. And we had a 15-year-old birthday.
Yeah.
And yes, this weekend it's Easter, so it's the Easter weekend. And yesterday we went to my mom and dad and had some great dinner. And we are free for 4 days in a row, which is really, really great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can you add something? I'm just talking all the time. Is there anything?
Can add that the dinner was very good.
Yeah.
No, it was classic Easter dinner in Sweden. For the people not from Sweden, we eat the same thing for Christmas, Easter and Midsummer. So every time there is like some special day, we eat the same food. And the food is a mixture. So it's a little bit of meatballs, some small sausages, some pickled herring in different variety. There are something called Janssons frestelse, which is like a potato dish with anchovies inside it, and very good. It doesn't sound that good, but it's... and then we had some cheese and crackers and some chantarelle crustades or whatever it's called, like omelets. Very good food. So that was yesterday. It was really nice. That's all I want to add.
Yeah, okay.
And today I am going to change to summer tires on the car.
Good. Good.
The
for
winter
you.
is over. Good for me, yeah. Winter is officially over now.
Yeah.
I have decided.
Yeah, it's true. It has to be like that.
Yeah.
Well, so
that's it.
Yeah.
That's what we did. What did you do? Think about it. Think hard. And now over then to the next section of the pod, which is all about knitting.
Yeah.
So Petra, did you knit anything?
I did knit a few things.
I am.
So, where to begin? I have an FO, and I didn't put it on now that I thought I would.
You said you would.
I said I would. Anyway.
You are a disappointment.
Yes, I am. I don't know, I think last time I knitted on this. I don't remember. And anyhow, this is finished now, and I think maybe I can put it on.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long.
And then you need to show the secret.
Yes. So this is a cardigan that I knitted in my BFL Massam 4-ply, fingering is the name, and 1 strand of mohair. And this was really a thing that I wanted to knit just to wear it. So I decided to go for, as I said before, my favorite pattern at the moment, the Cozy Classic Light by Jessie May. And since that is a fingering version, I knitted in fingering and mohair, I had to go down a little bit in size just to know it would end up. This is no science. I just do as I think is good based on previous experience. So therefore I many times don't remember what I do. I just do it for on instinct, so to say. Anyway, I chose a smaller size.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to try it, of course, along the way, but this is a raglan construction, so it's really easy to try it on and see when you think it will fit the body best. So I just knitted on, did a lot of, just as I thought was the best, but having that pattern in mind, which is really great when you do it, because I think it's good to know maybe how many stitches to put on and things like that. And I had bought these really beautiful buttons. I hope you can see them. They are ceramic buttons from Knopfsalat, a German woman producing these really beautiful buttons and other things, stitch markers and things as well. So I wanted to use them for this cardigan. And yeah, this also is the ending of the tulip sweater by Melody Hoffman. So I put these two patterns together.
Is that difficult to do?
No, this is, you know, only like an edge. You can put it anywhere. So I think you call these scalloped hem. Mm-hmm. So I just added this when I was ready with the construction of the Cozy Classic Light. I just made sure I had the right stitch count to be able to do this. You know, you have to maybe have 17 stitches, and then you have to divide that so it ends up even, if you know what I mean. And what I really like about this is this perfect shape of the neckline. It's really different with short rows. If you knit short rows, many people, designers, just place them over at the back almost, which makes the neck rise, of course, but these front is almost like a straight line anyway, but when you place the short rows over here on the front side, it makes it look like a U-shaped neckline, or how you say that. That I really like. I like that way of writing a pattern, so that's why I really enjoy that pattern. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and then I added, then I sticked it, so I knitted the button bands and sticked it, and I sewed on these band inside.
They are very pretty.
Just to keep it neat. And I think it turned out really nice. And I was a little afraid that ceramic buttons would be a little too heavy, but they are really light and it doesn't make any strange things on the button edge or something like that. So
You know what I think about when I see this, what do you call it, this thing here?
no.
I think about the Sami. It's a little, their
yeah.
colors, they have some
Yeah.
beautiful colors, I think.
Yeah, they really have.
Yeah, and that's what I think about when I see that combination, that it's something from the Sami culture.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice.
Really. I have looked everywhere, and I would love your help with this. I have looked everywhere for beautiful ribbons. I don't know if you say ribbons, but I didn't find any great one that I really wanted. So I just looked through my old stash of a lot of stuff lying around everywhere and found these. But if you have any great tip where you usually buy your ribbons for things like this, I would love to know. I actually ordered a few really beautiful that I found, but they were too wide, so I couldn't use them. I think this is like 2 centimeters, and they were way too big. They were maybe 3-4, which would have taken too much space, I think so. And then I just sew them on by hand. So I'm really, really happy with this one. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It has a perfect fit, and I love these top-down raglans where you can just try it on as you go and make them fit your body as you want them to. So yeah, and it's really warm with the mohair as well, so I think I take it off for now.
Yeah.
I might write on Ravelry how I did this. I might not.
Maybe not. Don't overpromise.
No, I don't overpromise. Anyway, really happy with this one.
Yeah.
The next almost finished object is my pressed flower shawl. I actually did the last I-cord bind off yesterday evening, I think.
Who is the designer?
This is Pressed Flowers Shawl by Savory Knitting, and we will link it here. And this is a beautiful shawl, I think. It's not that huge, however, I have not blocked it yet, so it might grow a bit. But yeah, it's a really nice pattern. And I used my BFL Massam DK in caramel, along with 1 strand of Suri silk alpaca. And I will actually dye this up this week that comes. I promised maybe 2 weeks ago I would have kits for it, and then something happened in between with some woolly stuff. So the time just passed by. However, this is really nice. I love it so much. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, it's really, really nice. And easy to knit. It's an easy pattern. It's mosaic knitting. You slip stitches, so you just have 1 color for every row. And it's you can easily remember the pattern chart. So you just, it's kind of a TV project, I think.
Would you say
really
this
nice.
is a spring-autumn shawl or a winter shawl?
It's early spring / winter shawl, I would say, because it's a DK weight shawl, so it's kind of warm. Since I use the Suri alpaca, which is a lace yarn, it feels really light anyway.
Can I try it on?
Yeah. So, but it's designed in 2 DK weight yarns, but yeah, it's light and cozy. And I think I've knitted all my projects at the moment in my BFL Massam base, but it's truly a favorite. I think it's so soft and it knits up beautiful, and yeah, it's really a favorite, I think.
It's nice to have
I love it. It's not my favorite to dye, but it's my favorite to knit.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the next. Just some finishing and blocking, and then it's done. So I have to save this for autumn maybe.
Yeah.
Next one is also knitted in my BFL Massam DK base.
Why this BFL Massam trend, Petra?
Because I love to wear it. It's a woolly wool yarn, but really soft, next to skin soft if you ask me. Great for shawls, sweaters, color work, everything. I think it's a truly good yarn if you ask me.
Yep, and I did.
Yeah. This is a test knit for Lotta over at Elk Market Yarn. This is her Waterland cardigan. She designed previously a Waterland sweater that was publicated in Pom Pom, I think. And now she's doing this as a cardigan as well. So I had the honor to test knit for her, and I'm actually on time.
So it's okay that you show this now?
Yes, it's okay.
Just check it.
Yeah. So, as you see, I have knitted everything. The only thing that is left is me sticking this and sewing on some ribbons and putting the buttons on. So I have just blocked it, so I took it from the blocking mat at the moment. This, I used my Dusk colorway, a really light blue, almost looks like just light grey, but it has a hints of blue.
Yeah.
And my Tan Bark and Ash colorway. And this is a great pattern. I also knitted the sweater version, and it has a great fit, I think. So I really wanted this as a cardigan as well. I think it will be beautiful. I have some dark brown wooden buttons that I will use for this one. But I love this because the neckline is a little wider as well, that I like. And it's a beautiful, fun pattern to knit. And yeah.
That was weird. It was like, you know, sometimes you say people who are married have like an unspoken communication.
Okay.
It was a really weird moment right now because you were showing this and I was thinking in my head I should ask you, have you decided which buttons to use? And then you said, and I will use these buttons, almost like you answered my question.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow!
I got it.
Spiritual moment. Hashtag. You saw it here. Live. Please go on.
Yeah. So anyway, I love this yarn. I have said it so many times now, but it's really great to knit, and it keeps the fit really great. So I think this evening I will stick this and start sewing on some ribbons that I have. I think this is some other things that I found in my stash. I think this might be the one. I would have maybe liked a very neutral, but you know, you don't see this on the outside, so I think this will be great inside. So that's what I will choose. And as I said, the dark buttons, I think I bought them on, I don't know, Adlibris or something, or no, Hobby had some wooden buttons. So then it will be done, and I might show it off on next time.
Hope you do.
Yes.
And now we are of course all wondering what's the next type of yarn you will show us.
And it's the same! Woo! But this is a fingering version. So this is BFL Massam fingering.
Okay. In
the colorway Oyster and Ash. And this is a pattern by Unwind Knitwear. You find the patterns on Ravelry, and you find her on Instagram. We will link it down below.
And what's the pattern called?
The pattern is Baroque Nouveau. So this is a little more boxy, maybe you could say. At least this turned out boxy. I had a hard time getting gauge for this. And lazy as I am, I didn't care so much. So I just started. I thought it's fine with a little boxier version. And I love the pattern on this. It's really beautiful. It's such a fun color work, and a lot of her designs, the color work follows out on the sleeves as well. So as you see, it follows out here. The problem I had with this one, I knew that I needed a larger needle for the color work, and so when I transitioned into just stockinette stitch after the color work on the sleeve just like a balloon. And then I just took a whole size down for the needle to get a little tighter gauge, but it just, I don't know if you can see, maybe not so much, because I have both decreased and switched to one size smaller needles, not to get that, but
And this was by design. It should be a balloony arm then.
no, it should not, but it turned out that for me, so I just I have made some decreases here as well, but I think I would just make this a really like a wide sleeve, and then just doing the balloon effect with a tighter ribbing on the sleeve down below. So I think I will keep it just straight and then a fitted ribbing down below. So yeah, and I think it turns, I actually have blocked it once just to see how the color work showed off, but now it has been stuffed down. I felt a little angry over the sleeves, so it had to lie in my project bag for a while, but I think it's time to finish these now so I can wear it for winter.
Yeah.
In my mind I'm knitting summer garments at the moment, but in reality I only knit really heavy stuff, so I have not been able to. Maybe in August I will start knitting the summer things.
But it's good because then you're prepared. So when winter does come, you have a whole stack of new wonderful garment to wear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, a really fun project, and she has a lot of beautiful color work sweaters. I can really recommend her patterns. They are really beautiful. She has all over patterns over her color work over her sweaters, and I really think you should check her out, because she's a great designer. If you like this thing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that.
Okay. Any more BFL Massam to show us?
No, now it's done.
No, it's done.
Now we go to another yarn, actually. This is cast on from yesterday.
It's fresh.
We are free, and I have knitted like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So that's why. This is the beginning of
The end.
the end. This is the solo sweater by I think Katarina Lindhagen, Hagenhuset on Instagram. We will write it down below. She made this really lovely classic raglan piece, but when I looked at it, I thought it looked really great because she had this shape on the neck that I liked, and I wanted to try one of her patterns. So I bought it yesterday, and this is where I came so far.
This really looks like a summer sweater.
This I think this is the heaviest piece I ever knit. And I think that's because yesterday evening when we sat in the sofa watching Arsenal,
Yeah.
I just said, it's so hot here. But then I had this in my knee holding in this really woolly yarn.
Sheep in
And
your
you just know, I'm just, oh my god, I'm so sweaty.
Let me just straighten the camera, it's a little crooked right
Okay.
now. Okay, here we go.
You have to,
Okay, I did it.
okay.
There we go. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
so that's why we're warm, yeah? I understand
I
that.
think so. As you can see, this is a really woolly piece.
Yeah.
It's a double folded neckline, And it's kind of wide, and I really like wide necklines. You can use it with a other sweater below or something. And I choose this because I have this yarn in mind. So I will show it now, just making sure it won't break. This is, I think many of you know, Nutiden yarn by Hönor och Eir on Instagram. They have Caroline and Knut is their names. They have this mill in Sweden where they produce this yarn. It's like a pre-drafted yarn, if you say it like that in English. It's not spun anyway, as you can see, and I think many of you know already. But you know, it's like Plötelopi, like Istex, different yarns and things. A lot of yarn producers make these, so you might have seen them somewhere else. Anyway, it's really, really soft. I received this because everybody's talking about this, and I just felt, well, I just have to try. So when I received the yarn, I tried to knit, and then I don't like this. It just broke, and I couldn't hold it in my hands so loose, so that it just turned out thinner and thinner, because I probably held it somehow that made it thinner and thinner. Mm-hmm. So I just ripped it all out and put this away. But when I saw this design, I thought this is a simple, good construction. I might manage to hold just for a stockinette stitch sweater.
You're looking at me?
Yeah, because I'm thinking at the same time. Anyway, so, and it looks like it's working. It has actually broken a few times, but I just take some deep breaths and just add the yarn in again, and it works really fine. This will be so warm. But that was also my thought about it. I said to you I wanted it to be like an outside garment. Mm. You know, just having a sweater in the autumns or in the cold spring days when I don't have to use a jacket or something like that. Yeah. And I think this will be great. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm planning to make it. I have 600 grams. And I'm planning to make it as long as the yarn takes me. Mm-hmm. So I think when I divide for the sleeves, I will knit the sleeves first as I want them, and just keep working on the body and see where the yarn takes me. I hope it will go below the butt, so to say. So it's a little oversized, long sweater, like a cozy sweater. Mm-hmm. So that's my intention for this one. And I'm really happy so far. I don't know, you might see, but they dye different, you know, they spin a lot of different colors in one batch. So you get these heathered, fun effects. I don't know if there's a good light or not, but yeah, it feels really nice. It's a little woolly, it's not that soft, but I think the more I knit in these yarns, the more unsensitive I get, so I think I will do great with this. It's also soft, but it's not like my BFL Masam or so, but I think it will be fine.
Let's hope for a cold autumn then.
Yes. So yeah, I'm really excited for this, and I think it's fun now to knit with it. It actually, you have to sit spreading them out, being a little careful. You don't want the dog to lie on them or anything like that. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah. You have one more, right?
Project more.
Yes, and this is special.
Yes,
This is special.
Yes.
So sit down, everybody. Grab a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Get into a nice mental state.
A beverage.
Okay.
I really like, when I listen to English podcasts, they always say, I hope you have a good beverage. It sounds really fancy.
It's true.
Yeah.
You don't have to have tea.
No, tea is a beverage as well, I guess, but it sounds really great. Anyway,
Beverage.
I don't know, I have talked about, my intention was to join the hand-spun socks call by Andre Maury, which is already finished and done. So
Without you.
without me. I didn't manage to spin a yarn to make socks from, and that's totally on me. I was just a little behind. I didn't have the skills, and that's fine. Now, anyhow, I have a pair of hand-spun socks on my needles.
Yeah, you do.
Just having my own little call here. So, not even a call, just knitting them.
Just K.
Just K. I'm so happy with these.
Yeah,
I
you
love
should be.
these. I almost don't want to finish it because I love this, but I also love the yarn that I myself spun. And
You proud?
I'm so proud. You know, I said to you like the other night, you know, Robert, I can look for hours and hours and hours on Instagram on different. I follow so many spinning EG pages at the moment. Just because I want to look at everything. You know, I get a little disturbed when I get into something. I could spend all the 24 hours in a day just to yeah, I guess many of you know. Just
You're my little nerd.
yeah, and I love it, but it's hopeless. You know, the head spins all the time. But if I do this, I have to look at this. I look at YouTube, I look at different movies, you know, it's okay. Anyway, I don't know where I started to talk about this, but this is how it looks. So, look at this beautiful yarn, if I may say so myself. I bought some really beautiful hand-dyed braids from Canada. I don't know if I showed them a little last time. I might have. No, I don't think
remember.
so. No. Anyway, a really good dyer, Wee Chickadee. She dyes wool braids and in different breeds and things like that. And she makes amazing wool bats. And I had heard that Cheviot is a good wool. It's a little sturdier, has long fibers, with a little higher micron on them, so that they would be great for socks with no nylon and things like that. So I bought 2 braids of Cheviot and 1 of Pulworth that I thought about making just a softer yarn of. So I started actually with because I heard a 3-ply would be good for socks, so I spun up a 3-ply. This is how it looks, and it was my first skein of chain-plied, like a 3-plied yarn, and I think it looks really, really nice actually when I look at it now. It's kind of even, but it's really sturdy. It's really stiff, sure. So I might have overspun it a bit, but then when I did this, I thought it might also be the wool, but it's not that soft wool. This is also kind of stiff.
But not as much as this.
No, but this is more dense due to the 3-ply construction.
Yeah.
And anyway, I actually might wash this one more time and knit a little. This turned out like a DK weight, so I might knit a DK weight pair of socks for this, like a shorty socks, because I think this is only 80 grams or something, and this is 150 grams, and this is also Cheviot then. So I was so happy when I got this off, because I said to you, I can do these lovely yarns that I see on all Instagram pages. I also want to do like this, and when I took, but maybe it was not this, it was that. Anyway, when I took it off, I just, okay, this turned out really nice, and I was really, really happy.
Yeah.
I showed you a lot of times. because I was really proud.
No, I mean, you should be. It's a lot of work behind that scale
Yeah.
of the yarn ball.
And it turned out even, as you might see on the sock. It's kind of an even yarn. I'm really, really happy. It's a beautiful earthy use in this, and I love it so much. So this will become a pair of socks then. And yeah, it's, as I said, Cheviot, it's not that, I like it anyway.
Yeah.
It's a little sturdier and rougher, but it's kind of soft anyway.
How do you spin?
I spin on my new Ashford e-spinner, and I love it so much. It's a great. I can sit just, I can sit like this. I can sit in the sofa. It's really good for my back. I had problems with my other Ashford Kiwi because you have to sit like this all the time, spinning in the same position. And now I can put up one leg and another and kind of almost lie down or whatever. It's really great because I don't get that tension at the same level in my back with this one. And you spin so fast, you just adjust the ratio on the little button and it moves faster. So I can spin a lot faster, I think, on this one, which made me able to produce a little more yarn. I have to show this as well because this is the one that I was so happy with. This is Pullworth, and I read about, I wanted this multicolored effect. What I don't like about chain ply is that it makes the yarn kind of self-striping. You get longer parts of the same color because you use kind of the same strand all the time. And I wanted the multicolor. This would be stripy. So that's why I really like the 2-ply, and this I'm thinking for a shawl or something. But I read about this fractal spinning, I think they call it. You divide the braid just in half, and I spun half of the braid just that it is a thick roving or thick, wool top. And the other one I splitted on 6 small lengthwise parts. And that made one of the singles longer color shifts, but the other single that I splitted it in 6 really thin roving, or how you call it, made it quicker color repetition. It's so easy because I almost all the spinning videos I listen to is in English, so I can almost only spin on English, if you know what I mean, but that's not my first language, so I don't know the correct words, not in Swedish and not in English, which is really difficult, I think, when I now should, because I was talking about it with someone about the spinning and everything I heard was in English and I couldn't say it in Swedish. So yeah, I'm sorry for a little confused language at the moment, but it's really fun anyway. I love this. I don't know what it is. I love it. It's really meditative to spin and just make your own yarn like this. It's so much fun and satisfying. Yeah, so that's what I have been doing, and that also made me want to dye some wool braids myself.
Yes, to sell.
Yes, to sell.
How is it going? Are you learning how to do it?
I am learning in this moment because I think it's really hard. It's a really different process from dyeing my yarn. Even though I dye yarn that is untreated, they don't felt way as easy as the wool tops. So I got a lot of felted braids that I'm now spinning at home because then I can just throw them away. I have to spin this. So I think I will have a lot of wool at home that I can sell, but that I want to spin anyway. But I think I'm learning how to handle the wool to not felting, but it's really a learning process, and I am in awe of every wool dyer out there that makes so beautiful braids. But I made a few anyway. I can just show,
you have them
show
there.
some.
And they are very pretty. Yes, they are.
Yes. So I just ordered a lot of wool. This is a Pullworth. I really like Pullworth. It's like a squishy, it's like a mushroom or something. So squishy and soft and really fun to spin. So this is one. Here is, I have made more than these, but here is another one. Like in grey and purple and a little. And you see it really fluffs up this Pullworth wool. It's really nice. And then I dyed some grey Corriedale. So this is on a grey base. It's a lot of grey left with some hints of different colors, as you can see. So this is how it looks. And this is really fun, but it's really hard, and it makes me a little stressed out because this takes like 5 times longer to dye than my yarn. At this point anyway, to me. I cannot say. Of course other really talented ones are much more efficient.
Maybe you should say really experienced ones.
Really experienced ones. So this is a learning curve, and but I'm really enjoying it, and I just love to watch them. They look so cozy.
Yeah. If you consider wool spinning, is that what you call it? If you consider that to be like a rabbit hole in the ground, Petra is, you can't see her anymore. She's far, far down in this rabbit hole.
Yes, and that's because I also have a lot of knitting projects. I'm really stressed now how to handle all the handicraft. I want to spin, so when I sit and spin, I'm thinking about what I want to knit on at the same time. And when I knit, I just want to go sit and spin. Yeah. Well.
But it's great. I think it's very good that you found a new part of this wool world that you can embrace yourself in.
Yeah, it feels really exciting.
Yeah,
it's something new. I have been knitting for so many years anyway, so you know, it's really fun. Really, really fun.
Yeah, and if it gives you joy and energy, then go for it.
Yeah, true. I also just wanted to show. I have talked about me adding more non-superwash yarns to the shop, and that's what I continue to do slowly, and just wanted to show one of the new bases that I really like. This is a 2-ply Corriedale base, no nylon and non-superwash. And it has 400 meters and 100 grams, so it's like you can knit a shawl or like pair it with mohair or by itself for a sweater or whatever. This is also a base that is spun with a high twist so that it could work for socks that are untreated and no nylon added. So I'm actually knitting a pair of socks in these at the moment. I forgot those. Stupid. Anyway, I will show it next time. But this is a base that some dyers sell as a sock base as well, and I think it would work out fine. However, I will always be honest about yarn. I have never knitted a pair of socks without nylon that keeps up the same long period. And that's just my experience, and there might be other experience, but I can only speak for myself. However, you know, if you have a choice that you don't want to use superwash yarns or nylon or whatever, I think this is a really great substitute. But please know there is no nylon. This is just the wool, and that is what you get. But I will knit a few pair of socks of this because I find it really nice. It's really soft but kind of sturdy. It's a little sturdier than a merino yarn. So yeah.
Very summer colors.
I really had spring in mind when I dyed these up. So yeah, please try if you like. And I think, as I said, I'm planning maybe to knit a cardigan in this with added one strand of mohair. I think that would be beautiful. It's a really lovely yarn. This will also be added in mini skeins soon because I have ordered that one as well for making some fun kits.
Is it something called also mega skeins?
Mega skeins?
Yeah, because these are like 100 grams typically.
Yeah.
And then you have mini skeins, but is it also 400 gram skeins?
I have seen skeins around 200 to 300 grams. Really bulky skeins, kind of really heavy. They look really fun. So yeah, I know people dying on these great. I don't know, maybe you have to, like when I have ordered mini skeins in this that's personally made for me, which makes me have to pay a little more for them. It might be the same if you want the 300 grams. You know, it's not like everybody does that, so you might have to do a personal order for that or something. But yeah. So, I think that was all. It was a lot, maybe. It took a lot of time, maybe. But I am.
But it was time well spent.
Yeah, I'm in all the handicrafty feelings at the moment. There is no limit what I want to do at the moment.
Okay.
And I have a lot of projects that I want to cast on as well. I don't know, maybe it will be too long if I show them.
You know, we've been talking this is the episode 41, right?
Yeah.
And throughout all these episodes, we have been coming back to the topic of your mojo.
Yeah.
And my interpretation is that your mojo right now is doing very well. And that is positive, my dear.
Yes, I just want many weeks sitting in a room, totally nerdy, in a huge pile of yarn and wool, just making things.
Yeah.
I would love to get one advice from you. I have been looking, no, not from you, from the viewers. I have been looking for a good, like a tank top camisole pattern for a good summer garment. I would love to be a kind of a simple top to knit for like a skirt or a pair of jeans or something. If you have any good recommendations on patterns, I would be so happy if you gave them to me in the comments below, because I have scrolled, do you say it like that?
Yeah.
Through Ravelry so many hours, and I have found a few. But if you would like to fill up with your favorite camisole tank top, I would be really happy. So please share them below if you have any good suggestions.
Actually, I saw a perfect tank top sweater the other day. Do you want me to? Oh, I'm just kidding.
I thought you had some good advice.
Had you there for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Now.
Enough with the chit chat.
That was just a preview of what's now to come. So,
Yeah.
Robert, what would you like to start now?
Now I would like to start the beer section. This is the reason why you're here, and I will not disappoint you today, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yesterday, because this was planned a little bit late, actually it wasn't. Actually, I had a beer planned in the refrigerator for weeks, and then all of a sudden you drank it.
Yes.
Yes. And then
We
I had to
happened
buy
to-
another beer. You asked if it was okay, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like that.
No.
So yesterday I went back to the shop and I looked in the shelves and I found something that I just could not resist. And maybe you will understand when you see it. It looks a little bit special. So it looks like this. Scary. Pretty scary. And it's called the Arrogant Bastard Ale. Or bastard, I should say, because it's from the US. And it says here on the back of the can, this is an aggressive beer. You probably won't like it. And it says a lot of other things as well. But, so when it says something like that, I of course have to try it. And it also says on the front here, hated by many, loved by few. So I did a little research. This comes from the US. It comes from a company called Stone Brewing Company. They make a lot of beer actually, and I've seen some of their other brands in the shops. This is a company founded 20-ish years ago by two men, Steve and Greg. I think they're German, at least they have German last names, so maybe they come from Germany from the past. And they settled down in California, where they run this company, but they also have a department now in Virginia. So it's like a crafty company, but it's a pretty big craft company. It's not the small operations anymore.
No.
This beer was made by mistake. So 1997, when either Steve or Greg, I don't remember which of them, was making another beer, he made a mistake in the recipe. And then he discovered quite quickly that, oh, I made this mistake, should we throw it away? And then the other guy said, no, let's just, let's see what happens here. So they made it and they tasted it and they were like, this is good, but it's not for everyone. It's probably not that many that will like it. And they put it out there and it sold out like this. So then they continued to make it, but as they also say on the can, it's not a beer for everyone.
Okay.
So let's see
Really
how it tastes.
excited for
Yeah,
this.
I'm excited too actually. I don't really know what to expect.
No?
It's quite strong.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't say that because then you have your preconceived opinions. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. It is an ale. I'm not sure it's an IPA, I don't think so, but it's some kind of an ale. So it's a little bit darker, I'm assuming.
Oh, it looks yellow.
Yeah, let's see. Say that out loud, please.
No.
It looks like pee, she said. And I don't really know how you pee, my dear. But I can tell you my pee does not look like this. Unless I haven't
It's
drank
true.
in 4 days.
Okay. Let's not
Let's
talk
not
about
go
that.
there. It's a beer. Nice, dark, full color, nice foam on the top here. I hand it over to you.
It smells like a darker beer. Okay.
Okay. I will lean back now.
It doesn't smell that much.
What does it smell?
It smells, I don't know. I actually don't know.
No, it's okay. Can you try to get the foamed upper lip?
Well,
Taste it again. With the foam upper lip. There we go.
okay. I kind of like it.
Yeah?
It's a little too strong for me, I think, taste-wise. But it's not the best beer I had. It's an interesting beer.
Oh,
And you?
yeah.
You like it?
It's a lot of taste, yeah? For sure.
you wouldn't drink 2 of this in a row.
No.
But maybe glass. Maybe
it's a
glass.
lot of hop in it.
Yeah.
Well, I like it. I like it like you say, if you had one.
Yeah.
If it's a warm summer day and you just sit there and you're like, I need
Maybe
a
having
break.
some sausages.
Yeah, and you have a chorizo on the barbecue.
Mm.
We all love chorizos, don't we? Yes, we do. And then you have one of these. Then you have something. Okay.
Yeah.
Goes well with a chorizo.
Yeah. I think it's kind of great anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we know, in this pod we need to grade the beer. We need to make it quantitative. So if you might consider handing me a lot of skeins, that'll be good.
Yes. Here we go.
Here we go. So Petra, are you one of the few or one of the many? That is what we will now find out. How many plies would you give this beer?
Give it like 3 or 4 because it's not that easy. It's not like a light beer.
No.
I give it 3. It's not like
Tar.
no. I give it 3.
3 plies?
Yeah, almost 4.
3 and 1.
Yeah, 3 and a handspan.
3 and a handspan. Yeah. That's
yes.
a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that, by the way. And how many skeins would you give this then?
I will give it 3. Yeah. Okay. So but
Hated by many.
I don't hate it though.
Loved
I don't love it either.
by a few.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle. I'm like a Swede.
You're like a medelmjölk.
Medium.
Mellanmjölk.
Mellanmjölk, yes.
Yeah.
I'm mellanmjölk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I liked it. Actually, I liked it a lot.
You like a little darker beers
I
as
do.
well. I'm not that fond of dark beers.
No.
Actually. So I can imagine you prefer it more than me.
And speaking about the US,
Yes.
I'm going there soon.
Yeah, you are. You lucky bastard.
Back to the US.
You lucky arrogant bastard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while now, so as some of you know, I have a job that sometimes requires me to travel a little bit. And I have some people in the US working for me that I have never met.
Yeah.
Since they started during the corona epidemic. So in 2-3 weeks I will go there.
And you are going to US and Brazil.
Yeah.
In 7 days.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite a trip.
You're gonna sleep for a week after that.
Probably. So I have also a department in Brazil, which I have also never met. And while I was on that side of the world, my boss said, well, why don't we take Brazil on the way? And I looked at the map and like, okay, but that's what we will do.
It was on the way.
It was on the way.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
At least you're across the Atlantic,
Yeah, that's true,
that's
though.
kind of on the way.
Yeah, that's true. So we go to Charlotte for a couple of days, and then we fly from Charlotte to Sao Paulo for a couple of days, and then we fly back to Sweden.
I would have loved to follow to both the US and Brazil. Really, Brazil has been one of my, listed countries on my bucket list countries. Yeah.
Maybe we can go sometime.
Yeah, I would love that.
I think that going there with you will probably be very different from the trip I'm going to take, because that's not going to be a lot of enjoyment.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, I know.
Still, it's going to be interesting, though. I've never been to Brazil either.
Yeah.
So look forward to just seeing what it looks like. Okay. Thank you for participating in the beer section.
Thank you.
Finally, though, now we are going to end the pod, right? I just want to say that we feel for all the people currently with hardship.
Yeah.
There is a war ongoing quite close to where we live.
Mm-hmm.
And we read about it in the papers. We look at things on the internet, on the news, but we also can see some people. You know, I work with people from both Ukraine and Russia. I know that in my company we have people from Ukraine who are fleeing their country, coming, and we're trying to help them and so on. And it's not only in my work, it's of course people in general. And I just want to say that I think all of this is horrible, and I cannot imagine how it must feel.
No.
But it is a sad time.
It truly is. It's horrible, and all wars are horrible, and
Yes.
I think it's important to say that as well, because we know there are a lot of wars going on in the world, not just in Europe. So
sure.
that has gone on for a long time, and everybody that is in these situations, we could never imagine that.
No.
But
We cannot.
yeah, it's horrible, and we think of everyone that is in these situations and having a hard time. So yeah, all the love to all the people around the world that don't have a good life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we know that nothing we do or say in this podcast will change anything. But maybe it can give a little smile on someone's face. Maybe it can inspire someone to just reach out to someone close to them or think about someone. And if we can, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
We think about you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that being said though, have you got any closing words?
Well, I just I wish everybody was safe, first of all. That's really, I wish it was, but it isn't. But maybe we can help each other, take care of each other. Maybe you can reach out a hand, maybe you can be useful somewhere. You who have live a great life, be happy about that, and cherish that as well, because that's what we wish for everyone. So yeah, be helpful, take care of the people you love and others, and just keep up
Yeah. A
the
friend of
good
mine,
spirit.
a friend of mine said something really smart to me, a colleague actually, the other day.
Yeah.
He said to me, the way I look at it, I mean, the way he looks at it then, is that nobody is ever neutral. So you either spread negative energy or you spread positive energy. You're never neutral. And I
No.
think it resonated quite well with me. Yeah, probably that's the case. So let's all try to be the positives. Let's all try to be people who
Yeah.
spread some positive energy, either in a big scale or a small scale. But anyway, let's try to be that positive force in the world the way we can. That I think was...
It's the only way to do something good is to spread love and take care of one another, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So
why don't we end this pod with a little kiss?
oh my God! In the podcast.
In the podcast, live.
You will not see that again.
No,
We promise.
but you do it now. So kiss someone if you want to. And have a very wonderful day. And we hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here